invoke and invite the presence of Brigid of Kildare within me. I am free and open to sharing this body in this moment. Brigid of Kildare is my guide and partner. Brigid of Kildare is here now. Peace, blessings, and joy to you. This is Brigid of Kildare. We are addressing you on what is known to you as St. Patrick's Day. This is many things, but you can think of it as a connection to your heritage if you are connected to the Green Isle as I am. There is much pride in feeling connected to a place, to land. There is community and connection. Some of you have an adverse reaction to this holiday, to this historical remembrance, for there is also much suffering connected to it. But we wish you to focus on this day and on many days on the community aspect, the connection to the land, the connection to the beasts. It is your heritage, not only if you are from there, but as a human being, you are connected to the earth, you are connected to nature. The plants and animals around you nourish and sustain you. You are all part of a cycle of life and death. One nourishes the other. One kills and feeds off the other. When you die, you will be placed in the earth. Your body will turn to fertilizer. You will feed the insects and the worms who will break down your physical remains, and it becomes food for plants. There is always a connection, no matter how high or low you sit socially, economically, you are always part of that cycle. This is a simple reminder to you of what you already know very well, but we want you to think about how these cycles manifest outside of the simple day-to-day rhythms of your life. There are cycles of creation and destruction. What was once vibrant and alive dies and nourishes that which comes after. You are living through a cycle of change, of creation and destruction, destruction and creation. This is a larger cycle than even a single human lifetime. But it is a moment you have been born into to seize your role within that drama. This is a message this channel has been bringing forward for some time, and we are giving you our perspective now. I, as the voice of Brigid, speak for nature and for the beasts and for your connection, your role and responsibility as a creature of power, as a creature of privilege and intelligence, a dual being, fully incarnate and fully spirit. You have a role to play in how you will connect with this creation that you are attempting to manifest, but also keep your eyes open for those cycles of destruction. And do not mourn them, do not grieve these destruction events. They are part of the cycle. They are necessary. If new growth is to happen in a forest, the oldest trees must fall, their trunks decay into the earth, to open up a patch of sunlight so that the saplings can be nourished and rise, being nourished by the sun and by the remains of their dead elders. Do not let this message seem grim to you. It is a message of hope. When you see destruction, know that it is just the beginning of the next cycle, and be full of gratitude and joy that you get to play a part in that cycle yourself, in what will be created, what will be nourished in place of what is falling away. This was our simple message to you, a reminder of what you already know, and an encouragement that nothing is as bad as it seems. This is not the end. The earth and the beasts and you will continue even as you change and adapt to the circumstances of this planet. It is part of your larger karmic lesson, your cosmic lesson as well, that you are working out how to solve, how to be more aware of your connection to the earth, to the plants, to the water, to the beasts. It is a sacred duty, you could say, but it is also, in many senses, a self-serving obligation to preserve and connect with joy and gratitude that which remains after destruction. Blessings, peace and joy to you. This was Saint Brigid, also known from this time forth as Brigid of Kildare. Peace to you. Every once in a while something comes through that is a little bit me, and it's partially the environment because I have flies landing on me. And when I met Brigid, I called her Saint Brigid because that was the name she was known by. So at the end there, she signed off, that was me getting distracted by a fly on my head. And it came through as Saint Brigid. But she had already told me, I'd rather be known as Brigid of Kildare. She said, I don't really have a connection to the Catholic Church. That was, I was claimed by, and she doesn't take, my sense of her energy is that she doesn't really take offense that the Catholic Church claimed her history and heritage, because it perpetuated her story. I don't know that we would know who Brigid was if the Catholic Church hadn't canonized her, if that's the right word. That's not the right, is that right? Canonized? I'm a little distracted today. There's a lot of flies on this beach. But even as they were landing on me, I also felt Brigid telling me, just like, they're just part of the cycle, just as you are. They have as much right to this beach as you do, and to just try to exist, and you can wave them away. But she said, they're here, you're here. It's a community. You're part of this ecosystem, including the flies. And I thought that was just kind of funny, but really true. Like, we think of nature and things as being like, oh, it's this, we want to protect nature because it's beautiful. We want to save these plants and things. But we call things weeds. We call animals pests. There are things that we would say, we'd be better off if every mosquito died. That's not true, because we're actually part of an ecosystem, and all of this is connected, and everything has a role to play in that ecosystem. So when she encourages us to see our connection to that ecosystem, to those cycles of life and death and destruction, of what feeds on what, I think it's including everything, the flies and mosquitoes as well. Even though I wouldn't say I'm friendly towards them, but the admonishment, the encouragement from Brigid is well received. They have as much of a right to this beach, to this world, as I do, and just as much of a role to play. I think if you can start to see that, even in those who you might see as working against the light, or who are stuck in the past and are unwilling to move into this new age, they have a role to play. Those pests have a role to play if we look for it. We might actually start to see how those pieces fit together in the bigger picture. Thanks for tuning in. I think there's actually an undercurrent to this message that can be kind of hard to swallow. I think as I sit with it, I'm realizing, yeah, there's some things I have to learn to be okay with. And that's good. I want to be challenged, and I hope you do too. I hope you enjoyed this message. If you did, please press the like button. You can also subscribe if you'd like to see these messages regularly. And share this message. That's the main thing. Share this message with someone who it could be helpful or encouraging to. If you'd like to support the channel, there's a Ko-Fi link in the description. There's links for charities that we can support. I very much am an advocate for Indigenous advocacy. So there's a link in the description that a wonderful group to contribute to. The It's a Hawaiian fund to help recover from the wildfires that happened there last year. And just sit with this message. That's my main ask. Just sit with this message and see how it can speak to you this week as you move through the world. If you can start to notice those cycles and those villains and the roles they have to play in our changing world. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. This is Daniel Zafer Joyce for Universal.
I dreamt it last night that my young love came in. So softly she entered, her feet made no din.
I invoke and invite the presence of